Hi, welcome back. Once again, we're going to look into another topical maths past paper practice. Here we go. We are looking into May-June 2020, paper 2-1 from question number 6. And this time, we're going to touch on some simultaneous equations into quadratics and discriminant. Let's take a look at the paper. Here we go. Question number 6. In only one sentence, can you believe it? Only one sentence and 6 marks are packaged into it. They got to be very exciting. Let's go. Read the question. Find the values of k for which the line y equals to kx minus 7 and the curve y equals to 3x squared plus 8x plus 5 do not intersect. Okay, it could give us a few clues that when there is values of k, there is a plural. That means there has got to be more than one or probably a range of value, all right? It has got to be an inequality, whether it's bigger, smaller, or in between. And which they say the line y equals to kx minus 7, which is a straight line. How do we know? mx plus c. And the curve y, 3x squared plus 8x plus 5, a quadratic. And then it tells us that the criteria with this quadratic and the line do not intersect. And what does that hint us? Discriminant. How do we test them out? With discriminant, what is discriminant? Yeah, you got that. B squared minus 4AC. When it is not in, the two do not intersect, it gives us the discriminant has got to be a negative value. Let's hop on to see the solution. And that I have managed to squeeze in a little steps guide for us to go through. All right, the first line, I will just list down the equation of the line and the curve respectively. Then the very first step, what we want to do is these are calling for simultaneous equation, but we are not going to solving them by eliminating and things like that. What we're going to do this time is going to merge them. All right, so how do we merge? Okay, equate them. So once you take the curve, equate to the line, okay, then the next thing we wanted to do is arrange them into quadratic format. Why? Yeah, you got that, because we eventually need to use discriminant. And to use discriminant, we need to know the value of A, value of B and C, because discriminant calls for B squared minus 4AC. That's why we, first and foremost, paving the way for discriminant. Therefore, we arrange this merged simultaneous equation into a quadratic format. Then you do all those things. Once you move, right, what we do in this step is just move everything on the left across the equal signs to the left. Then what we do here is actually we just arrange them so that we can see the A, B, and C. Let me just use a little highlighter. You notice that is an A. And let's go to take another color to help us to recognize B. Here we go. So you got the B. And finally, let's take the C. All right, here we go. So you got the A, B, C. Now, once you get that, you're in good shape because you are able to take out the discriminant, B squared minus 4AC, as I was written here, all right? And now we using the clue that they say do not, the two filler do not intersect. Therefore, we know this comes into picture. All right, let's take here. When these two do not intersect, this is the clue. So the discriminant has got to be less than 0, which is a negative value. So what we do in this step, we just simply take the B squared minus 4AC. You know, this respectively substituting the the component into the discriminant, and then here again you expand the squaring binomial and then simplify. Then in this time you have got successfully into quadratic. Once you got that, okay, so this is the conditions that you're going to use at the final step to identify where the k value are. Okay, but before that, bearing in mind, there are mark allocation for ability to identify critical values. All right, so now what we're going to do is we just take the same equation, but the only difference is from the inequality, we turn them into equal sign. Then from there, we get our simple the factor equation and solve respectively. You got k equals to 20 and k equals to -4. Then from there, these are the critical values. K equals to -4, k equals to 20. Then from there, we're just going to use the final step, though it looks really long, but these are something that I list down in detail so that you know what's going on. If you happen to see this for the first time, for those already seeing this, you know that you actually do not have to write all those things. I write all these things because I want you to understand how do we use the arbitrary value to test in order for us to find the region, the true region, what's the one that we want to look for. Okay, so now let me go through the explanation. How do we use this? Okay, from the critical values that you got, you put in there on just something look like a simple number line. Okay, then by putting in the critical value, you know that naturally 3 area or 3 regions emerge. Okay, now your job is to find out which is the region that is fitting to the conditions, which is do not intersect. Okay, so now what you do is you just pick any value, in the respective region. For example, now I started off with the less than -4, so you can pick any value. Then from there, fit that into your calculator like this. And then once you get the final answer is 25, but 25 lesser than 0, you got to be kidding me, right? So that's false. So you know that this region is not part of the K solution. Then you hop on to the second region, all right, which is between -4 to 20. You pick again any value that is suitable, or rather any value set for in this region. For me, conveniently, I know that it crosses 0. 0 is the best friend to us, right? So I'm going to take 0, and then you fit into the equation, and again, then you get -80, which is less than 0. Come on, you got that. You know that's a true statement. Yes, so this region is true. But just to finish up and double confirm, so what we know that we just take any region in this bigger than 20, pick in any number. Then, so for this case, example, I put in 21, you take 21, fit into this equation, and then you got 25, and 25 less than 0? No way. So you know that this is a false statement. Now, once you got this from your calculator pressing some magic coming out, you know that the true value only within this region. Therefore, finally, there's time for your champagne celebration. The values of K is less than 20, bigger than -4. Done. Congratulations. There you go. One more time. You have crossed the finishing line successfully with the 6 mark fully awarding to you. That's it. That's all for this question. Congratulations. Enjoy your learning. Happy learning, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.